What is up, guys? It's the Football Fanatic back with Week 14 picks. As a quick recap of last week, I went 8-7 for my first week of doing this. Not great, but last week was a little bit crazy. The ones I got wrong were the Detroit Lions versus the Saints. I picked the Saints, thinking that they could upset them coming off their last massive offensive week. That didn't happen. Lions are better than I thought. The Chiefs and the Falcons. I thought the Falcons were going to pull away with this one, but the Chiefs, they actually won on a picked off, I think it was a 2-point conversion. Picked off 2-point conversion, pretty crazy. That's like the second time this season we've seen something like that, where it wins the game for somebody. I picked the Dolphins and Ravens wrong. That was a blowout game by the Ravens, quite surprising, in fact, and the Ravens showed themselves to be quite a team. I picked the 49ers over the Bears. I really thought the Bears weren't going to be that great, especially with Cutler out. But the big thing here is that it snowed in Chicago, and so Kaepernick could not run or throw at all. He had 4 yards passing and 20 yards rushing, which is absolutely terrible. The Eagles versus Bengals, I picked wrong. That was one of the upsets of this week, and that went to the Bengals. And then the Redskins and the Cardinals, I picked the Redskins to win that one, but I guess the Cardinals are better than we thought, and they managed to pull it out. The Seahawks versus the Panthers, I thought the Panthers were going to upset the Seahawks, which was a really stupid idea, honestly. But yeah, okay, so I was 8-7 this last week. Let's get into the Week 14 picks. So my first, Thursday night pick would be the Raiders versus the Chiefs, and I'm going to go with the Raiders. Because they're just a highly offensive team. I think they're number one in the NFL for offense. They seem unstoppable. Last week versus the Bills actually have a pretty good offense and defense. But throughout the game, they just constantly kept on scoring points, and next thing you know, they're up by like 20 points. It is amazing how consistent they are on offense and how they can just drive down the field. Also, the defense was really big in turning over balls at the end of that game. The Chiefs are a very good team as well. They're just not as good offensively, so I think the Raiders have this one in the bags, but it will be close. So for Sunday games, the first game is the Vikings versus the Jaguars. I think we can all pretty much settle on the Vikings winning that one. They showed up pretty nicely in Dallas, almost beating them. But the Jaguars are the main reason here. They're just not a very good team. They don't have what it takes, even though their roster really does seem pretty stacked. So the Vikings for me in that one. The Redskins and the Eagles. That's going to be a good game, but the Redskins are going to win. Even though they lost to Arizona last week, the Redskins, they can just go off if they want to. And the Eagles struggled last week versus the Bengals. They looked absolutely terrible. So I'm going to give the Redskins that game. The Broncos versus the Titans. This is my first upset of this week. I've got the Titans winning. I think they're a great team with Murray and Mariota making plays all day long. I think this is going to be a relatively medium scoring game, not high, not low, because Denver's defense is so good, but Titans offense is pretty good as well. So yeah, especially if Simeon is out, I don't think Broncos will be that productive on the offensive side of the ball. Titans in this one. All right, Texans and Colts. I've got the Colts in this one because the Texans are somehow 6-6. They should be 4-8 or something like that because they're so bad. The Colts destroyed the Jets, so definitely the Colts in this one. The Cardinals versus the Dolphins. I've got the Dolphins actually gathering themselves up and somehow winning this game versus a pretty good defense, but not so good of an offense. I think they're at home, which is big because they are winning games at home more this season. And I think the new coach, Adam Gase, can really fix them up, they'll take it week by week. Hopefully they can win this one. Obviously, if you can't tell, I'm a Dolphins fan. The Bears and the Lions. I've got the Lions, of course. They are, like I said earlier, a better team than I thought. They've got a great offense, great quarterback. Defense is actually pretty good. And then the Bears are just deprived of everything right now, other than Jordan Howard. So, Lions in this one. Chargers versus Panthers. I have the Chargers beating the Panthers because Cam is just a total loser. Last week he just seemed to give up completely in the Seattle game, which I sort of understand, but you should, in my opinion, be playing the whole game through like Drew Brees did last week. You need to play it till the whistle sounds. I don't think he's got what it takes. Rivers is so much better, and the Chargers have just a better offense, not necessarily a better defense, but I like the Chargers in this one. Steelers and Bills, this is going to be a great game. This is a high elite offense, not a great defense, versus a Bills rushing team on offense. And, Pittsburgh, they're more built on defense for the rush. They've got a couple linebackers. Why can't I think of his name? I don't know. It starts with an S. He's really fast, Shazier or something like that. He's good at hitting the backs, and Bills have Shady. But James Harrison for the Steelers will also have a big impact. I don't even know if I got that guy's name right. I'm sorry. The Bengals versus the Browns. Oh, yeah, I have the Steelers in that one. The Bengals versus the Browns. Bengals. Don't need an explanation on that. Jets, 49ers. Two terrible teams. I've got the 49ers. Unless it snows, then Kaepernick's running game will be shut down, and that's a big issue for them. The Falcons and the Rams. I have the Falcons because the Rams are struggling. They are just not good on offense. The Falcons have one of the worst defenses in the league, but like in fantasy football, I'm going into the playoffs, so I picked them up because they played the Rams, and then next week they play Carolina, who's struggling, and then Cleveland or someone like that. No, not Cleveland. Then San Francisco. So I don't know. If you're looking for a defense to pick up, I would pick up the Falcons. They might give up a lot, but it's an easy team to get at least 5 points probably from. Anyways, Falcons in that one for obvious reasons. The Seahawks and the Packers. I like the Packers in this one. Seahawks are good, but they're not home. The Packers are home. And so I think that the Packers have what it takes. They've got more of their defense back now. So they can put some pressure on Wilson, and the Packers offense can get it rolling as they are healthy. Saints and Buccaneers. Buccaneers have been playing exceptionally well, but I think the Saints can break out a whole other game here and beat them like they did 2 weeks ago. Just destroy the team they're playing with just point totals. I think the Saints have what it takes, so I have them in this one. Cowboys versus Giants. That's going to be a good game as well. That's Sunday night, so everyone can watch that. Cowboys, I think, are going to keep it running because they just know how to win games right now. Giants are good, but they're not that good. They're not good enough to beat the Cowboys. The Ravens versus the Patriots. I've got the Patriots in this one, of course. They're a great team, and they always figure out how to win. So even though the Ravens destroyed the Dolphins, who came off a 6-game win streak, I think the Patriots will easily handle the Baltimore Ravens in this one. So that's it for the picks this week. I come out with weekly videos, and I might do some more videos related to fantasy, although it's getting late in the season, but definitely as it nears next year, I'll have videos coming about fantasy. So if you want to tune into those, just hit that subscribe button. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. If you didn't, then just move on or give it a dislike, whatever you want to do. And I will see you next week. See ya.